Alex with KSI Press, and I'm here with Sabina Mazo, who returns to action next Saturday against Mariya Agapova. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. What about you?
Good. I'm good. I'm happy to be talking to you. First of all, I did want to ask you: is it Mazo or Mazo?
Mazo. Yeah, the first how you said it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I've heard.
Harder to pronounce my name than my last name, so it's all good.
You're 8 days out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling good. I just finished my last sparring session. So, it's just a matter of days and I'm just excited to start this fight week and get all the things done.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. So you've been in the UFC for 3 years, and I feel like the casual fan still doesn't know your story. So I guess quickly, I kind of wanted you to talk about how you even started fighting, and then like how hard it was to get a fight in Colombia.
Well, yeah, like at the beginning of my career, I only did one fight, like actually in Colombia. So, um, I mean, there was not a lot of options for sure in that time. Nowadays, I think there's more and more events, but still, it's a sport that it's growing in this moment in Colombia. It's not, it hasn't been for long in the terms of competition. So yeah, definitely I did my first MMA fight in Colombia, but my second one was already like international. It was in Costa Rica. So yeah, there was not a bunch of girls, especially like female fighting. It was a little bit more complicated than finding fights for guys.
So how did you even start fighting? Because people, I mean, you're still only 24 years old, so it's just like you just started a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I was 15, almost 16 years old when I first stepped in a gym. So I was young and I don't know, I feel like it's been really fast, honestly, like since I started and everything. I feel like time has just passed by so fast that it just yeah, it feels quick. But yeah, I started, just because I like the sport. It was the first time like I did a contact sport. It was boxing and jiu-jitsu. So yeah, I just liked it and I train a lot. I didn't stop going to the gym, and that's when I started like competing and start feeling like that passion for it. But in the beginning, I never imagined like I want to do this for a living. I want to fight professional or something. No, it was just more natural. Everything started to go, and the fights came along, the Muay Thai fights and the boxing fights, and yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. I did want to touch on your fight with Alexis Davis for a second. So you said you went up to bantamweight because you wanted to get more fights because it's easier to make the weight. I guess how was it fighting at bantamweight? Did you feel stronger or did you feel like you were undersized?
So yeah, it's a different division, honestly, for sure. Like I feel good. I feel strong in the division. I felt it was a great camp. I did everything and like strength wise and everything. But yeah, definitely you can feel the difference on both weight classes. So yeah, for me it was like I learned a lot for myself. I did learn a lot, and I'm good to go back to 125, and feel again my body in that one. It's a weight cut, but I feel great for it.
What was one thing that you took from that Alexis Davis fight?
Ah, man, so many different things, honestly. I learned a lot. No one wants to lose for sure, but definitely it was a big lesson for me. I went back to training after the fight. I had a lot to work on my jiu-jitsu, because yes, she was controlling in the ground and stuff, but I see a lot of potential on me, and I truly believe on that. So I went back to train, and I really tried to, all the mistakes that I saw in there, I try to remove them and keep moving forward. So yeah, and also I think it was a great opportunity. She's been in the game for a while. For me, it was great to fight against her. It was a great opportunity, but I just move on and get stronger and faster and a little bit more quicker.
Did you feel like it was a little bit too soon to fight such a vet like that, or not really at all?
No, not really. Not really. I just feel it happens. It was not her. It was just she was better than me that night. But I was feeling really good, honestly. Like the first round with my boxing, I was feeling really, really good. It was on the right time, but just some adjustments, and I feel like experience. She put that over it. But no, I definitely don't think it was in the right time.
Gotcha. So, Maria, when they come to you with that matchup, were you familiar with her?
I've seen her. Yes, I've seen her. I try to study a little bit girls in my division or the 135. I'm always looking, and because I think it's important to see what's happening in the sport, and how everyone is evolving. And so I try to learn a little bit or just watch, and I'm very interested on the girls that are fighting in the card. So yeah, I knew about her, and yeah, I went as soon as I knew. I was just excited. It was I wanted that fight.
I like that you touched upon that. Like you pay attention to your division, you pay attention to the sport. There's some fighters that I don't know if it's just them fibbing a little bit, but they say like they don't watch the division at all, and they don't know their division. So and it's kind of interesting how other fighters take their career.
Yeah, I think it's just everyone is different, and if it works for you, good. But I honestly think I don't know, it's important. I feel like that's something my boyfriend he's always pushing to me, like, okay, you have to study. It's not only train, of course we're gonna train, we do this, but you gotta study the sport. You gotta study what's going on your division or things from the past, like fighters from the past, or there's so many things you can get deep into it. And for sure, one of the things is, I mean, what are the options? What are your future options of fights? And I think it's, yeah, I mean, it's good to see. It's good to, because I believe I'm gonna face a lot of those girls to get to the top 10. So yeah.
Um, so with the matchup with Maria, well, first of all, do you know if you're on the main card yet? Because I believe it's definitely one of the best fights on the card because you guys both come forward and it's just a fun fight.
I don't know if I don't really know. I'm not sure because I mean they always post, but they change it because there's people that whatever. But I don't know. But yes, I'm excited for the fight. Honestly, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to fight in this fight card and put a show. I really want to give the fans and get that victory and dominate in that fight. So yeah, it doesn't matter the order, but we'll be there. So don't miss it.
So what do you think of the matchup in general?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's great matchup. Her style, she's aggressive. She's also young, she's long, she's tall. So I think it's really interesting for the fans and for myself. I really feel it's a great matchup for me. I have all the tools to get the victory in this fight and put my work in. I just don't want just to go in there and just it's gonna be a easy matchup. No, she has potential, but I'm working hard. I'm really working hard with everything I got, so I can get that victory. So yeah, that's the plan.
Awesome. She is coming off a very dominating loss, and she hasn't fought since then. Do you think that will play into the fight a little bit, like her mentality? And she's had some kind of some issues with her fight camp, with like switching fight camps and some kind of personal issues. Do you think she just has a lot of baggage coming into this fight with you?
Well, honestly, that's none of my business. I focus on me, and I feel like I have to present myself in my best version. And that's what I'm focused on. And that's what I'm really worried about. Me putting my best in there. So I don't know about her.
Mm. Do you have a prediction for the fight?
Man, knockout, submission. Uh, my hands are going to be raised that day for sure.
Awesome. You have two of the best knockouts in all of LFA history. When are we going to see another head kick knockout?
And soon, maybe just in 8 days. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And finally, with the flyweight division, we just had a big fight in the division, the title fight. What were your thoughts on that fight?
man, Valentina is amazing. Lauren too. I feel she has a lot of potential, but Valentina just dominated completely. She didn't even let Lauren do anything. So spectacular work. Honestly, you just gotta respect the champ. She's doing great. Her job, and yeah, I mean, she's there and she has the belt for a reason. But yeah.
I mean, she's on a whole other level, but I mean, you rack off a couple more wins, and you could be fighting Valentina. I mean, what is it going to take down Valentina?
I feel the sports is it's always evolving. Like I was telling you, everyone is growing as she's getting better, other fighters are getting better. So everyone, I mean, there's always a game and there's always how you can play against them. So I don't think it's like, oh, she has a flaw or she has mistakes. No, but it's what you could present towards what she has. So yeah, I mean, a couple more fights for sure. I want to fight for the belt, and I think one of the key is that all the fights that I'm gonna get towards there is gonna give me the experience and the confidence even more on me and my game. So yeah.
Awesome. I lied. I got one more. Mackenzie Dern versus Marina Rodriguez is on the top of the card. What do you think of that matchup?
It's very interesting. It's gonna be amazing fight. I've seen Mackenzie for a long time. When she was in LFA, and I think Rodriguez, she's pretty tall for her division too, 115. She has a great advantage. Her Muay Thai is on point. So I don't know. I think it's this kind of fights of two different styles. So I'm excited to watch it, honestly. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. If you want to plug your social media, plug your sponsors, the floor is yours.
No, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for, people. When someone does an interview, I think it's making the sport grow. So thank you. And all the fans, don't miss my fight October 9th. It's going to be really, really good.